What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, joined by my own personal hot commodity.
That's me.
That's Smoking Ant B. And we're saying goodbye to 2025 and hello to Trish Stratus in a bathtub tonight.
And goodbye to Donald and COVID.
Yeah, so goodbye to Donald Trump. And we're going to travel back to the Attitude Years. We're covering season 4. You can check out season 1 through 3, all available in the archives. And we're going back to Xtreme SmackDown, which was on February 1st, 2001, live in Columbus, Ohio. And this was a very interesting SmackDown because it was labeled as extreme. So it was supposed to be, did you think it lived up to the name of being extreme?
Somewhat. I thought the end result would be a little different, but
Okay.
the end, the main event.
Well, let's jump into the time machine and cover SmackDown. Our first match, we have the WWF Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys, defending against the Hardy Boys in a tag team tables match. A lot of action here. We see both Devon and Matt Hardy climb a ladder. Jeff accidentally pushes a ladder, and Matt and Devon, they fall on top of the tables, but the tables don't break. So then Bubba Ray Dudley and Jeff fight on the stage, and Bubba ends up landing a Bubba bomb to Jeff Hardy off the stage through 2 tables set up on the floor. So the Dudley Boys retain here. What did you think of this match?
It was good. It was I saw Matt go through a table to save his brother from going through a table, which was kind of different. We never saw anyone do that before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good match. It wasn't the best table match ever, but it was good.
It was a good way to open SmackDown at least.
Yeah,
and they
it was
did.
extreme.
That Bubba bomb was crazy though. The way you just jumped off the fucking stage and landed ass first through those tables. Speaking of asses, we have the WWF Women's Champion Ivory defending the title against Lita and Jacqueline in a triple threat match. And I gotta say, they sort of did a similar match at Armageddon with Trish and I think it was Trish and Molly Holly, where I think Trish ends up getting a maneuver and then Ivory tosses Trish out. Same thing happened here.
I thought the same thing.
Lita hits a moonsault to Jacqueline, then Ivory tosses Lita to the floor.
It's a classic triple threat thing. It happens in men's matches too.
Yes, it does. But
you think somebody's going to win, they do their finisher and they get pushed out of the way and somebody else gets it.
Gets it. They do. Ivory's still women's champion though here. She's beaten pretty much everyone. Chyna's still out. What do you think is next for Ivory?
I think her demise is coming soon with Chyna.
The 9th. Well, she's the 10th wonder of the world, Ivory, so. Moving on, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley enter their dressing room, and they flip out because they find beer cans everywhere. Stone Cold Steve Austin walks out of Triple H's bathroom and says that he ended up messing up the toilet. He caused the leak, and they're pissed. Austin's trying to get in the mind of Triple H after Triple H.
And there's beer cans all over.
Yeah, and Stephanie and Triple H are not happy about this. This is smart of Austin because he can't physically touch Triple H, but he can't piss him off. He wants to piss him off.
He's got to fuck with him.
Yeah. So Edge and Christian come out next. They're supposed to take on Kai and Tai. Kai and Tai come out, and Taka says Funaki has a rash, and they can't compete tonight. And because they're evil, they found competitors for Edge and Christian. And ends up being the Acolytes. The APA get the win after Farouk hits a spine buster to Christian. And Kai and Tai sort of outsmarted Edge and Christian here. They put them in a match on Raw, and now they're getting
this is what they did. They said they had food poisoning, and
they got back at them.
They're
indeed good stuff here. I mean, basic tag match, really nothing to talk about. I'm interested because with the pay-per-view coming up, there's no storyline yet, and I remember being a kid, I was like, oh my god, this is a good pay-per-view coming up, so I'm waiting to see those scenes play out.
Yeah.
William Regal runs up to Vince McMahon backstage. Vince is about to leave, but he's like, there's a phone call for you. It's a personal phone call. So Vince goes to take the call, and he's telling the person on the line that you're important. And then he's like, oh, you're coming to the arena tonight? And he's all excited. Clearly, we know it's Trish on the other line, but he doesn't say it's her.
I keep waiting because one of these times Linda's going to show up. I know it's coming.
That's common. Big Show attacks Billy Gunn backstage because he's upset that Billy Gunn is getting some interview time and not him. And he says that the Big Show is back in town, and that's bad news for everyone.
It sure is.
Yeah, because now we're bored. We then see, I talked about this on Raw, that like things have been pretty, easy, not rated R, but we see Trish Stratus surrounded by bubbles in a bathtub. She's naked and she's on the phone and she's asking the person on the other end to come and spend time with her in the tub. And yeah, I remember being a kid seeing this, being like, I shouldn't be seeing this. Like I thought that this was like a porn. I was like, what, 8 at the time, 7? But yeah, Trish wants Vince to come in that bathtub with her. We then have Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho defending against Tazz. Of course, Tazz is from ECW, so Xtreme SmackDown. Let's put Tazz in there. And someone, I think it's Michael Cole, says, I wouldn't want to see him in an alley by myself. And it's like, you wouldn't be able to see him because he's so short. You wouldn't be able to see that.
Oh, he's like the least threatening.
Yeah. Jericho hits a bulldog, a lion saw, and Chris Jericho retains the championship. Another basic match here. This is giving me like house show vibes. There's really no storylines. It's just match after match.
Yeah.
Vince goes to leave in his limo. He wants to go meet up with Trish, but Stephanie tries to stop him, and she wants Vince to add Triple H to the main event match between Kurt Angle and The Rock. Vince is like, whatever. He's got to go see Trish.
He said something's come up. Well, it's about to.
Yeah. Lucky for him. Speaking of coming up, the cat comes out, and she talks about tonight being extreme, and she says there isn't anything I want to do to get a rise out of the fans, and she decides to strip, and as she's taking off her clothes, the Righteous Censor come out, they put a robe on her, and Steven Richards screams at everyone and says, you're sick, and he says that he's like, if you want extreme, we'll give it to you, and it'll be for your own good. Jerry Lawler's upset on commentary. His woman couldn't strip in front of everybody. That pissed him off. What'd you think, though, of Kat trying to strip but being stopped?
I mean, it was kind of predictable. I figured, the Righteous Censor were going to come out and ruin it. They've done this a couple
Let me tell you, as a kid, I used to be so pissed with Righteous Censor.
I bet.
Because I'd be getting this close, and you're like, okay, it's the final moment, and then they come running out, and they fucking ruin it. So I was happy whenever they got their ass kicked. But looking back now as an adult, it's like, yeah, you can kind of tell that they're going to come out.
Yeah.
All right. So next, Big Show defeats Billy Gunn after a choke slam. Big Show just pretty much destroyed Billy Gunn here. He's still fat, but at least he's like moving around a bit,
Yeah, I guess.
Next, we get the first blood match, the Brothers of Destruction taking on Rikishi and Haku. And Kane chokeslams Rikishi and then hits Rikishi in the head with steps. Taker hits Haku in the face with a chair, and both Haku and Rikishi are busted open. They're bleeding. Haku's bleeding badly. But both teams fight after the match with the Brothers of Destruction getting the advantage. Do you think this rivalry is done here? They made Haku and Rikishi
definitely
bleed.
not. And Undertaker had the advantage because Undertaker still had a cut on his forehead from last week.
Mm-hmm. And he still fucked him up. So, but good stuff. I mean, I wasn't expecting much from this match, but I was excited to see what Haku was going to do because we know him as like a crazy real fighter. So to see,
I thought it would be a little more brutal than it was.
Yeah,
but they were bleeding a lot.
Yeah. Our main event, WWF Champion Kurt Angle defends against Triple H with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley in his corner and The Rock. Early on in the match, Triple H pedigrees The Rock. Kurt Angle breaks it up. Austin comes out and Angle belly to belly is Triple H. Triple H falls to the floor and Austin leaves a beer can at the head of Triple H. Rock applies a sharpshooter to Kurt Angle and then a Rock bottom. Stephanie distracts the referee. Angle lays out Rock with an Olympic slam, and then Angle kicks Triple H into the referee. The referee goes down. Angle low blows Triple H, rolls up the game, and then Austin runs into the ring and uses Earl Hebner's hand to count to 3 fall. So with some of Stone Cold Steve Austin's help, Kurt Angle has pinned Triple H. Austin costs the game the championship here. What do you think this means for Austin and Triple H. And what about The Rock? He had a title.
Well, honestly, I thought The Rock was going to win because I thought that's why they were kind of making this like a big show, like, you know, an extreme thing. And I felt like they were trying to make it very pay-per-view-esque. And so I thought The Rock was going to win and the title was going to change hands. But I was wrong. But, you know, he still has a chance before WrestleMania.
Yeah, we've got No Way Out coming up soon. But, okay, and now we saw Austin screwed over Triple H. And last time that happened, Triple H, like, got him ran over. So what do you think? What's going to happen now? What do you think Triple H?
Well, I mean, they have a match, so I think it's going to be a brutal match. I think there's probably going to be a stipulation of that match, like maybe no bar.
Just wait. It's a good match. I'm excited for you to see. This, I'm telling you, 2001 is like my favorite year. Because I remember like everything happening and I remember being excited. And we've got some good matches coming our way. So, with that being said, we're going to cover Raw's War. We're on the road to WrestleMania. No Way Out's our second stop on the road. And you can check out our other episodes. We're covering Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We have Crown Jewel coming up. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a good show. Also, AJ Styles and John Cena. So we'll be covering that.
And some women in jumpsuits.
That's right, women in jumpsuits. We're all excited for that. I can't hold our breath.
Yeah.
If you like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when new content comes out. Leave a comment. Do you remember the SmackDown? What'd you think of Trish Stratus in that bathtub? I would have been Vincent Randall. Bubblicious. All right, friends. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.